Omo Joseph.
Asetena no munye.
Ade.
Enye on say nua ade kra nke dikan a ka budget yi fotosanfo de tu dwai ade na dikan na se nko yi free okra COVID-19.
Yeah, we will come to that point. But adwadifo ankasa omokofa beton anyone omoto omugusu to ana se bia jaya na what is happening to them?
Eniema ni nye January. So on say wo de se de me ka kra no wo mfa be se bosume be enan mu ani ena ayi GPH boss director general of Frey na se mo kan nyina papa e no to bi na se mo kan nyina ni se wo hu se volumes a buy import no I reduce kra
sir
na omuso omagigi
I want a GPH boss
oyikuta Mohammed Bibi dino ba na the ohun ni say won say omuso omay investment kakra na to recover their investment no AI dey say investment no ye na wo create facilities no no ne ade na eniema na mefa ho na needed revenue no nya
ho kofa no
untumi ntua di osre ya obisaye yeso onua na say obisaye ade watu afichire ye won an say taxes na doso because ports no obusamo se monye den say bibi wo ho ayeso ye betimi aya abo a
the question was import na conform so Argentina
ako
as I said they didn't know what
but say omuna say ehunu there
sentina me ba ye ka kire no say the main idea no because one say port no tema port ho uko Cote d'Ivoire omo port ho Nigeria for port Togo obi enti enye wonko na port na wo de hwe interlands no like Mali Niger no ne ade no ohwe na se ba bi a taxes no wosoro no ono wonfa ne niam mfa ho
okay so mo ka kire no so say
ya ka kire no se ni obehwe no aye hu bibi because ya ka kire se to no na ama na basa nti to na ama na basa no won se odwadini bia edigwa odigwa se ja ono so benya bibi kakra na ode abo no ho bra afi so na dwadie no ya na me president guta president otaka o se bibi a emfa consider emma dwadie mu
okay
se adwadie ne chenchenchen na consider ba mu na e de atete ma odwadini no o ni sika sika no obetim de akoto bank ama bank na man interest die ntina se o san kofa ha akoto no so na odwendwen na odi atipoi na oyesei nti odwadini na afa ha no na saa niema no na de consider ba no niema asan ko de fatema ebeduru a efiri ekotema say kwanwa enso wo de befa kodibu a no afi no okofa ka okoda ho akope hotel you see nti these are some of the things but ni nyina echi no so odwadini ni fi say odi niema ne fa Togo na say odi ba na oton no onya bibi kakra na so munyono a ada say ne nko de befa tamahabo nti na che say enye
my Yenzumi enko the main issue no mu and I'll start with the paradigm me twaba and say 2024 budget reading can of reata the buy guta more thoughts on budget to be ready and say
yeah bibia e chafa bi anim consultations or no nsem o ye kan ni bia no de adwuma because the kan nyina ne say
ajaba ne ma bisa na mka
ye kan say eto e da yen dwumadie so no e wo soro one enu akire so no ekwan a ofa so gige to no ekwan no nye kwan papa so ofa kwan pa no so a needed revenue eso onya no ne nsabeka ene de yin me ma o emfa to ho emnam omrenti VAT nko a
o de biem ene de biem
won ko ba bia wo wiase mu ha VAT ya discriminate eto no je ho onko wiase ababia mo de mo nche mi wiase ba ko mo na mo ye media adwuma hesisi a otia obetimi afre ayi South Africa no obisa babia ni ho VAT baako Dubai 5%.
Okay.
Minimum 5% across board. Yenim Ghana nko ye VAT chichemu be se miensa.
Yeah, flat rate.
Ye obi a ontua bi kra. Oton de kro na. Ye odi otua a flat rate and ye 4%. And the otua standard rate and ye 21%.
80.9.
Yeah, fancy upon 22. 3.9.
Odi 22%. Enti e de na kire yen. Nipa kro ton tomatoes. Ana se oton tomatoes e wo konkom. Ena wa bie store kese ena wa fa nipa ena wo dom yen nipa kroton ebia adododie te se minua eti hei nikoi wo mo ton drinks no ne ade the same drinks na obi di bia gutrogo so ton the same thing ontua hei the same drinks na ye nsuo na no obi ton a ono ge 4% e di asem na ka kire yen na ye pese ye che se wiase ma se obi adwuma na wo fa nipa dodo a eya na se enye because you see the chance say nyina yen koye trog so adwuma ne enye warehouses enye sa na kire enti yen ya kire mu se ekwan ya ofa so ogege to no enye enti no onya sa revenue but no e budget yi ba e kan wasem hwe ma menka bibi ma mo nsere wo ha ewiase mu a ehin fa na ohiani chade mu misame ewiase mu ha gigana nko a hwe ehin fa na ohiani chade ye ba wo kroma ye si ohiani de wonwe akokosre anso Ghana de ye hiafo anso ye chade bisam se de ntira tax exemption ye de ma ye nuanom parliamentarians omo ana ka o meme nko hobi
yeah
omo twe ho daare no it's almost $500 million tax meanwhile exemption ko
companies
yes almost $500 million meanwhile no sika ye hia no mprempren ya anti IMF obeka kire se wo kwa konum so kura abeka kire no nkire nsuo kura anom no eno so ye $600 million enti die na ka kire ohia ni otade Ghana for that is how we are ye sika but ye chade ena ye mumu ye kobobusia why then let us keep our tax exemption and then be free ni nya busia na ebegie no ene how de be mayin oh me no wo beka wasem meka masem nanso asem a obeka no me meka me de
yeah
eno na minim
yeah
every say ye kan ko nyina no de omo kan ne say enye ye nko aya dwen e na omo befa hwe wo de eyi kakra bi aba e fa sanitary parts very funny
why funny
funny
why
kan san chiro o si ade no UI okroma e na sa zero tax no e ye adwuma.
How many companies produce it in this country?
But build your capacity to a level a betimi aye effective ade na wo de ba no na ma policy na wo de ba no aye adwuma ama nipa
o kasa build your capacity meaning what?
Meaning say hwe that person a wo hu ni sa no
yeah
omu industry no very huge na say yenya problem bi aguta ye ya solve ye na won say omu package ni say bill no beduru a na oma are package ena yen loss no kire say wo ye ni sa na wan hwe ye na contaminate nti ma no na na say yen kura ni bi to hwe kura na omu to ho agun sawa no me ade
oh yen na cause sa de
nti say wo ye ni sa o press ne sa na enti na omu ka say wo de ba wo de lebo no na se ne wa pack na no hihye ne sa amum ne ja no na engugum na ba momu ana uyiyi aba we mu so enam so omu pen numbers because bibi e light enti open numbers no o press na watimi afa dodo ahye container num ena ne ye ka ho asem eye big industry na se wonim se omu de ba ne ento ade bia eni atofo bia ne yemfa makroma wo enti me da bia na manfo ka se na ade kra ye kra dodo adwadifo kra de dodo bia bi wo kroma na menton ojadi ni de so do okoto abode no maja
so obeso ka say a sanitary parts diapers industry no and also and I say production here low.
Production here low.
Why? Why? I didn't hear.
Oh, minya no beka bi. Me companies no mo say. Ba ko bi na minim. Oh, oye nso oye bibia ono na oye bi. Asa dia kan nyina aye packaging. Omo de ba e no packaging.
Omo manufacture no.
Dabi.
Enti kofa ba na bia no ne company din brand.
No dia. No ahye. No dey good rabam eno dey no ekosi sen enti ade no de beba e ba be fa ase enti obetua to no otua to na be na ade no bu aba fam ade kan no mo to no 5 cedis 7 cedis say 20 dey for 20
means one call parliament ko read all right but they didn't for so bia
oh asa me asa tenti me chafa na wa bisa me na me kan o me nka ana dey odi ama me no na me kan wasam me nkoka bibi wa akiri.
No, this is serious.
Dabi me kan no kra no,
this is serious.
Enti sa nneɛma miɛnsa amaka kyerɛ ɛno nti guta no asɛm no ka yɛte no wow but make impact biaa me guta ni a meyɛ dwadeni no me so meyɛ consumer. Oh yes. So
we free studio a okɔtɔ ade
me consumer me ba se si a be tai e ba dwo yɛ sɛ mitimi nya tai enti me fa ba bi obi yɛ tai wagye me kakra na maduru ai. That is how it is. Eti mi say oh asem na ye ka no ye ka eti edu ba bia na ye ma ye adwadifo no bia adwen se bia ne ye pese ye protect obi ne ye bibi keke ma me ma ade ba akoso ya ka bibi aba electric cars. Aha. So me can say em building infrastructure na me can na obi sam say na ye electric cars ene ya ma ho yi electric cars no ayi Britain for any America for chrome ya advanced nations no wo call us electric cars na do percentage wise no do say na okro. You see there are some things na laws na ya ye good no aye good but laws no ya ba say 20 years 30 years ahead laws na ye ne o na 20 years 30 years na me no mi ye why no about you say bia na egu form no ani achi bi kura na ni nyina efita but exercise pray ye wo problem I see solve. Now no me jam pimpie so bi eka wa aboso kan e na me say me ba aboso kan ba 32-33 years ago no na anopa o pese o ho kire o now dey o si usika nyina wadi awie me especially say mako weekend na Monday no a check kura by 4:30 na mo aboso kan because na Cote d'Ivoire fo no beba Burkina fo no beba Niger fo no beba enti kakra omo ba omo to ade omo pentem o sa akọ enti wo di wo manim na sa wo bia de oni bia wagege na de ama wo ba wie no onya kakra na de ahye ho omo ma bio de enti na omo ma because omanya ba bi omo kofa niema no eno ne bo no ewo fom ne nyina taxes na de ato so no enti na masem bia na me kan se wo ko Dubai sesi a me de omo ye nhweso de Dubai asase kura ni wa ye de kwakoye factories no ya na mu niema ye kofa ba amafo fi se ye manufacture no Dubai few ones are manufactured there. BBN way a transit point. Yeah. But they have created all the facilities there. You have hotels, you have a place, nice place to sleep, a roads no but the economy is times 2,000 year. So what are we saying? And you know, penalty or Coca-Cola, coffee be free, a baby never. Nestle, only a man fa and you can no free.
That's true.
And in Nigeria.
Yeah.
And so that company and they say
I'm a production coffee.
That's all what I'm saying. Because you am from compete. Hey, yeah, but and I buy no can I say, a tax after production. Tax after production. What are we producing? And so the taxi. We are producing nothing. Totally nothing. So,
I'll come back to you, Commander. Is it true the Speaker of Parliament residence has been sold? Yes. Natural about to Facebook page say, Daya Speaker of Parliament Timoma Tuama, private investor.
How?
Yeah. Oma Tuama, private investor. Everything is gone. Your friend say, Infants Pima saying, Yabecho Monkaniem. Abayin timi ntua ti o ma fra wo fo nso mo nyi sika no mo fa nkotua taxes. All right, so we have Nana Yajima here on your Facebook page watching us live from Texas. And Nana, yeah, that's it. But over my memory also, budget, food and beverages industry, budget here can kai. Mochefe woman say.
Yo, that's it. We share a friend's presentation. Ne Fariba ne a friend is any nano. In fact, ya my specifics. As some buying the kind is what's here soon. Traders, your friend is manufacturers, your cassette taxes in was so. Intinian you be bintino or more share. Now, Modi, a friend saying, document be to parliament in him. You could do on one summer woman, parliament, baby any at Nafino. Quite on befa so make me some better so some better tomorrow and the intino yaka say yanhwe parliament enimu no na che say whatever parliament will announce, be it in the trading side, be it in the manufacturing side, whether they are going to reduce friends and some of the import costs, they are going to reduce some of the taxes, and as some kwakwati your friend is saying some better tin ma so ayenim some better tumo yenim. In Tiahono, we are still hanging because which budget anymore, there's nowhere that has been announced industry may say amount. Mati says so apart from giving announcements say certain manufacturing components a beba chromo a be wavy taxes no and electric cars a be wavy taxes, sanitary pads a be wavy taxes. And your friend is saying
no component base
the components are the your friends and sanitary parts. Or some wavy VAT na also no. Now, what you may produce more.
That's the raw materials on the back.
Until not just say production a better form.
And I say,
let me tell you, the cost of electricity is almost about 40% of your total production. And you know, if that is so much, now say who wavy VAT now. The VAT is about 19.5%. Me wavy how much am I left to contend with? So deal with the issue which is more fundamental. The electricity cost.
The electricity cost.
That is making
but right now
unproductive.
But we are paying high tariffs because of the IMF. You know, it's part of the conditionalities.
But you see, Tembia Mika say you cannot sacrifice your children because you want to borrow money from the bank.
At all.
How? You have children that you have to feed. Bank in a culture say, "O manu ma okomondi omo 3 times a week, so that I can give you the money." Now we see my job to make kwakoye. Now okomodo utime mufo na. Then what sense does it make to us? We don't need that to detect.
But one also need option.
Now options now you don't have. No, look, bring down corruption. Reduce the size of government. No. Now, think of more unnecessarily dozing out your friends saying taxpayers' money, the leakages.
Yeah,
that is going on. Bring these things down. When you do that, you will save enough money than what you are looking for, so that this country can run on its own. People will come in here and trade. I don't think you be factories, no, because you per se nkofo no be didwa wo kroma. Na ye be factories no, na say only the 30 million people can buy, and that 30 million people no, you have already deprived almost about 21 million people who cannot afford certain your friends say basic amenities. Into only the 11 million, that's 9 million people who are within the middle income class can still buy these things, and when they are choked out, will the manufacturing go on?
Obi send them a message. I don't know whether it is true or say in the US of A, that's America. 98% of Nestle Milo is from Kenya.
Okay,
is it true?
That is it. Because for them they don't produce cocoa, so they will import. But if Ghana, Nestle in Ghana is doing well, we can also export to other countries. You see, when you go to South Africa, they have almost about 21 different cocoa products.
South
produced in
Africa?
that country. Yes. Chocolate. Over chocolate.
Uh-huh.
One chocolate in that one, 21.
Uh-huh.
A beer kita different flavors.
Say
Oh,
21.
Oh, 21. Over na so with the 2 tables you can tell how many of them. The same chocolate now. Me find cocoa tree, a cocoa tree. But then it has been designed in a different way. Something has been added to. Different 21.
Okay, so
you can get it from
of
1
agree.
brand.
Ye ni product bi abeka say product we ye no Ghana ha ni production eco high and amount for consuming in the market.
It's only the drinks and water. The drinks and water. Look, once upon a time,
Yeah.
Nido,
Yeah.
sir, a friend saying 80 grams was a sachet now. Yeah. How much was the price? It's just 5 years past.
Na say.
Near ton,
Pacho use your microphone.
near ton, 1 cedi 80 pesos. And a kitty pano is around 50 pesos. So, and then you have to buy it for 4 cedis, 80 pesos.
Kete pano.
There be need this one.
This one, okay.
So you have to buy it for 80 pesos. And a kitty pan 2 cedis. 4 cedis 80 pesos and a 2 cedis.
I see.
Nido Milo. It's also around the same price. Ayeto. Na kitwa no so 2 cedis. Into be bisa won say Nemana keton 80 pesos at the same weight. Na sende we are buying it for that price. Then there's a question mark over there. Me, I always say, look, we have a president and a vice president who have lied their way through till today, and they keep on.
Is
lying.
that what you think?
Yes. Why am I saying so?
And no,
We-
does it
we-
reflect? Does it reflect
Look.
the opinion of the industry?
Look, let me tell you. If I'm a businessman, and you come as a chief executive, campaigning so that you'll be employed, and you tell me say me bar in Siona mu producing 1 cedi no, my mama and 150 pesos. The dollar a 3 cedi 20 pesos no, 80 pesos by then. I'll bring it down to 1 cedi. So then I ask myself, the one who is propagating for the 4 cedis and the one who is giving me an assurance of 1 cedi, no, which of them am I going to take? Obviously, I'll go for the 1 cedi.
Yeah.
So when you come, and under your friend is saying the authority that has been given to you, na say when to me, anye na say cedi no, and I'm 12 cedis. Now the cost of nyama nkayetono 50 pesos, 80 pesos is now selling at 4 cedis, 50 pesos because of the taxes that you impose. Am I to clap for you? I'll tell you are a failure. You are a failure, total failure. The vice president, on one account, say the city has been arrested. The city has been arrested. They keep giving to the IGP. Na sende se city no key na yira into no wedwane. Na all call from 5 cedis 70 pesos at that time. Or yes, I comment no. Na them may turn 12 cedis.
12 cedis.
20.
As a businessman.
Because I
12 cities 20.
20. So what?
oh Debbie.
It has started again.
We are approaching that time of the year.
But you see, the import is not coming. So what are you telling us? If the import, we are not bringing the imports. What are you telling us about the city? So what is making it happen like that?
I see.
So if you tell me, say the city, as against Weno, I've done something about it. If the fundamentals are weak, the city will expose you. And these people are still in government. They should have resigned by now.
So which means
Based on their own words, they should have resigned.
I want more industry no. Now you need cities, baby.
That is the point.
Now they are covered dollar kakrabi because ESL copper raw materials eba. But I say Obama tax exemption. Our port.
And then tax exemption.
I said or say
Waiving
raw
of-
materials.
Waiving of friends saying VAT no.
Yeah.
Or yes, specific. He was specific on certain commodities that you and I will not even go for. Share.
Bobie chair so that
One was sanitary
refresh
pad.
drink Accra.
One was sanitary pad. Go down beyond Accra. And even within Accra, the small villages that we see, just Shashin here, go there. When people get their menses, their menstrual cycle, they don't go to school. In Kolano,
Yeah.
they don't go to school. Now, so we are obia we were adwimpadema nkrofoya. Nanka sanitary pad neighbor duty crapo there. Okay, I say yes specific. Nkrofo to just 35% and 40%. For these things, pay only 5%. For these things, medical, you select and say it's a medical. In duty need you 40, muntia 5% and not 2%. Then the people will have your friend is saying, share your friend is saying, other problems are also the emissions are. You can say, oh, cars never chromono is creating a problem. In Tibia, I dream Pemono or say, oh, Monfa electric assembly, what the bar duty free. What the components in the assembly were duty free, no taxes, no offense saying VAT. But we are with tax no better. But you see, by going forward in this area, Nanka, if it's geared towards addressing an issue, all the 20, 25, 30 years cars, buses, take them out. When you are bringing the buses, bring it for free. And then run your business and pay the taxes that you pay. By this way, cost of transport itself
will come down.
A better conform. But you don't tell me to maintain my 30, 40-year-old car. And then I should bring electric car. Who buys the electric car? It's the rich people.
Of course.
And it's them who are going to buy them.
Of course.
Because you are creating way for you to bring in more cars and sell and make more money. So that we the poor people will keep on being poor. Anytime you introduce a new tax, what it means is that somebody become more poor.
But it seems say I buy no Karimu next year or the more. There is no way or
next year no anything that you do at the time of your policy implementation will give a reflection of how we're supposed to go. In the trading community, if the finance minister has announced, say, I'm going to increase VAT and I'm going to increase the cost of particular tax. Inka dano we any presentation.
Yeah.
Oko marketer when the prices are sure. But he was silent on that. Silent no yeah no. He said, I'm going to recoup 11 billion from the market. How is he going to do that?
Taxes.
It means taxes will go up. So a smart way of making the announcement, but then we are going to suffer for it. Then on the next day, I hear Parliament 450 something million is being asked to be waived. Sasikano. Sasikano is half of what you are looking for. Exemptions, no, is half of the.
You have the achiche woman for companies.
No.
Anyone more for companies.
Some companies genuinely would have to be given that exemptions. We must give them. But when we make it a blanket as a business that people must benefit from, and therefore you do anything, then there's a big problem there. The question mark is who and who are benefiting from. So are there no. I sat here in your studio and I told you some time back, says most of the 1D1F factories na you asked me to bring you the details.
Yeah.
The details is what the finance minister himself has announced. Konakwaji's figures, I always say most of journalists in this country, they don't work for the information at hand. They should go out there. You go out there.
No,
send people out there.
But Chief, when you say that, you are not being fair to us.
I said most.
Yes.
I'm not saying everybody.
Yes.
But some are not doing what they have. See,
but even with them, no crano. Look, they say Chroma assassin information. Very tough.
See,
look, Joy FM,
in the budget.
Not Joy FM, just information on frontiers. That a company in Nigeria came to Ghana to work. o make profit say Ghana Benya say it took Joy FM to go to court.
Why should it be so?
Why should it be so? Me make up information about public. Then as a media house, just me bought a car, a court.
You see, 400, over 400, your friends saying, one deal in the factories. Munji list, go out there. I'm telling you, almost about 40%, and I say 60% of this manufacturing sector, no more say, or maybe they are not working. Some of them, sword cutting, akonenim, flamboyant, your friends saying display of your friends saying putting up a factory and everybody is happy. The very moment now you put the up, now you opening ceremony, you go back there and find out when the factory was open, how many your friends saying, and I say capacity of production and on my year so far. Some of them are not even working.
I see.
You see, this time I'm telling you, the list has been mentioned in the budget. They are there. Go and find out one by one and tell the world. So what they said, does it really exist on the ground, or it has been said in there?
Unim, mama ran down, baby, our boss no bill. I want to.
Most of the 1D, 1F now here can.
Yes,
it doesn't exist.
You know, no, sky free Exim Bank, no, mewa.
And one.
So why are you telling us
and
that?
I'm also telling you, so most of the people who opened up these facilities, some of them have closed down, because if 100,000 is dispensed to you, $100,000 is given to you, they will give you $700,000. 30% goes into somebody's pocket.
They give you
but you still have
70,000
to pay. No, $100,000.
dollars.
100,000. You take 70. The 30% goes into somebody's pocket. You still have to pay for that $100,000. How are you going to do it? So those who took that money, some of them have hoarded that. Are you going to ask them to pay, or that money is gone, taxpayers' money gone? We are paying this money at the port of entry. They are taking it in.
This is crazy.
So this country, we are being shortchanged for whatever we have done. I don't know. More journalists, you are the medium or the fifth axis. You people can put information out there. When we come out here and say something, you are supposed to tell us whether what they said is true or lies. You have to do that, so that when people are coming and they are saying something, they will be sure of whatever they are talking about. There are so many things that are going out there that has not come to the public way.
I'll come back to you. Mamenko Miniam Ponsaso. Your friend say importers any other front. So this budget, muhu.
May I sure say at this moment, may too different from opinions that have been expressed here so far. The Ukraine say, me as an a freight forwarder, me as a business person and importer, me as a freight forwarder, and I say, where they are a bar, nimpa be clear. Obi be clear, obi benya bibi kakra akofi. But the long run, I say, ye de buy in fason kobaso Emma Obiano. Na name my en faso bene woso. You see, a clear cut, many a penny in an for Casan. Diapers, ye ready budget. Me who diapers pattern I'm starting semester. In this country, it is only one company into production of diapers.
One.
Only one.
Abosa?
May catch
one.
In this country, it is only one.
From Accra to Boga.
Anywhere.
Boga to Bro Savlugu back to Cape to Vota.
Only one.
Oti. One company.
One member company.
Oh yeah, of course.
But Kaswa Kwan.
Don't worry.
Oko Kaswa Kwan. Oye diapers. Oye nsu. or sanitary pad. Inti whatever.
And not even 2, 3.
No, that is the only thing they do. They bring in rice, they bring in soap. Yeah, a lot of things together, but their production house, Sebano, Pantila, they are the only people who do it. Inti investment, government, and now waiver government food or they man. Why not they man? Why are we tickling ourselves and laughing? Why not that?
Okay, so let's pick some figures here. So local industry 1P. What shall bet me your production be say?
Oh, the production say your cassette to feed Ghana on to me. That production cannot feed this country.
Greater Accra region,
Menya sure so bet to me. Menya sure so bet to me. You see, I sit in the port sometimes. Me share about 3 or 4 months ago. Many a bearman by engineer Eric Wadafor.
Yeah.
My friend around 1:30 a.m. Na Bank of Ghana be first car port. What share the security detail that came to pick 2 containers of money out of the porter. There and then me catch a poor security and say Ghana is security services Sebi. It is not intelligence driven. What befa container unmarked at 2 a.m. and then you run into the port at top speed with 12 V8s to pick 2 containers. What are you doing? If I'm an armed robber power, you've given me a reason to stage up for you. This 12 V8 are running into the port to load. Me no yesika na dey bufu legu. Eka Bank of Ghana for debts. No mo de brain so mo aboka no. The fool na dey makas no. These 12 V8 came to pick 2 containers. Eka hu bi. If we are supposed to take the share over here, this information I'm de babema minya on Ghana Port and Harbours Authority for a page. In the year 2020, Tema Port received 1.2 million containers.
Tema
Port alone. In the year 2021, Tema Port received 1.5 million. And this growth, if we all remember 2020 COVID importers bebre ejuma ekechiri. So in 2021, a lot of import was done to make up for the things that were not brought. Guess what happened in 2022? We went down to 1.2. So 300,000 containers are nowhere to be found. They didn't come through our ports. But I'm back on more.
What 2020 before 2020 figures no?
I have it from
2019 USA.
2019 containers.
Okay, so give us from 2017.
Okay, so from 2017,
yes,
956,000. In 2018, 1,000,007. In 2019, it went down to 1 million. In 2020, it went up by 1.2.
Even in the COVID time.
Even in the COVID time. The COVID time, it went up because now you have pharmaceutical companies, a certain opening for them to ship in a lot. So within that period, nobody buy massively were pharmaceuticals.
Okay.
In 2021, that's when you be a coin for importers and beverage companies to start working properly. They made up. It went up to 1.5. In 2022, when they say that the economy was taking shape after COVID, we went down to 1.2 again. But from September of last year, we had already gone past the bridge of 1 million containers. In November, as I speak, you do 1 million. People are bringing in things, but people are bringing in things not through our ports.
Through the other,
they for other places. And me say we didn't say me can't because truth is me catch obe pan wa kwa kochi ma fe for mu nye adwuma. What sense does it make? Say you did duties, and me, I still don't get it. 3 years after COVID, we are still charging COVID as part of our taxes. And this COVID now you're charging your port. VAT you bet you flat rate. More yeah you bet you 21.9, which is 22. COVID. What is COVID doing there? What is COVID doing in our duties? I've sent Kwame a summary of the duty charges. Put all our duty charges together, and as much as 80 to 92% is what we pay as charges. Why am I pay? What is AAU? What is AU doing for me? What is ECOWAS doing for me? What is Ministry of Health the disinfection fee? What is it doing there? Now what charging we now we are here? You will pay VAT. You will pay VAT on network. Network na yedi ye ejumano. Who cheer for the network? Yes, I charge on network VAT. What kind?
Okay, Kwame. So put the tax components. No, put it here for.
What kind of country are we building? And what can Obijana baby? And last time Obi catch him say, "Oba radio o kasa." You speak against the government. Let me say, listen to me. We are in our core hospital. Yare be anyway a subscribe to NDC member.
Yeah.
Yare be anyway subscribe to MPP member.
Yeah.
We are. At where I sit as a business person, whether you are MPP or NDC, unless also unyes can be at the share pass. But so far as I'm concerned, minyes can share pass.
Obia send me multi choice for receipt. Akoto remote control. COVID tax daso.
Yeah. Remote control.
Okay, so we have the tax component here. We have the import duty, import VAT, processing fee, ECOWAS levy. Yeah, ECOWAS levy now come on.
Yes.
ECOWAS levy now, what's it 70 for how long now?
Oh, it's from Jerry John Rawlings time. It's
but they have been increasing it.
It's ECOWAS levy a part dada.
Yeah.
Part of ECOWAS, but I don't do the common man as a state.
No, that is
See,
but
that was the apprentice process. Come harmonize ECOWAS taxation. Send a pay in across West African zone
to use the
pay
same
the
currency.
same rate.
Yes.
Okay, so we
unfortunately we don't know what is happening.
We have network charge.
So far as it's benefiting a ban
On your okay.
And you know, near Kosro Krana or Gia, no.
But the question is, how many countries are paying the AU levy and then ECOWAS? Ghana was the first to implement it. Has the other countries followed? If they have not, it's better we take it off our books.
Anyway, so let me go through the other ones. So we have network charge, network charge VAT, network charge COVID-19 health.
Yes.
Till taxes no your network charge.
Yeah.
Network charge VAT. Network charge COVID-19 health.
And there's our network charge
NHIL.
There's our network charge get fund levy.
Inti yewo jo srenum gra srenum fi srenum
We do your kind of Joe srenum. Oh, free.
gra srenum. Okay, so we have Ghana Shippers Authority SNF fee, import NHIL, network charge NHIL, 1% withholding tax on import, GHS disinfection fee.
That's for Ministry of Health.
I see.
Ghana Health Service.
Then they have Ministry of what? Multi IDF fee.
Ministry of Trade and Industry.
Ministry of Trade of
Okay.
IDF.
So IDF special import levy, 2%. Ghana Export Import Bank
That's the Exim Bank.
levy, Ghana Education Trust Fund import, network charge get fund levy, inspection fee, African Union import levy, COVID-19 health recovery levy. Okay, so taxes we know one financial and kabako kra.
One fund in Sanka Kokra. And you see, me as a business person, I've just sent Kwame, your producer, I've just sent him the rate for each of these taxes. I'm hoping we'll project it to now your calculations now. These taxes are yearly. It's amount over 50%. Into trading in we could dija or banner. Kakra no de ban wujin 50% no. Or yeah, or best is CD back to dollar to go back there and get these same things back into the market. Into a bank is saying na ye tumpon will grow way. Why do we do this to ourselves? I keep asking, say, waivers. It looks like they don't consider menewon ye from ye. Hey, no credit say Cocoa Board for scholarships a day man. Mr. Bissau, cocoa farmers and him they enjoy from that. It is a rich minister be a bushieni, MP be a bushieni, cocoa farmer no da cocoa Diana Sena Ordon. Omumu semba nenya sadiewi. More the electric cars eba na mama waivers. Good idea. What is our power situation in this country? How many charging avenues? How much are you?
No, but Obeka say, if the more they allow people to bring in such cars, then which means a Bema for so a business idea to create charging centers.
So you see this?
Then you are creating jobs.
No, the point I am coming to, which I'm a melody and kabeti me say, wo babe create charging avenues for cars to charge. Me fear me team me wabontin the whole day. And you may na ebia me yere ne me ba be do fie. Ebia buy 5-6. Meanwhile, I am buying power every 2 weeks of 500 cedis. Intinin pro cracker na onam kwan so no. Ahin no betua.
Embassy and your ono emfa no. Una also betimi use as all the aba.
So this is the point I'm making. When the finance minister was giving the speech, he made it look more presentable to commercial cars. Into lorry fare beko for man beko so. Let's be honest. Nimpa say na betumi ato an electric car what the be man is on use wa.
Commercial car.
And when our road itself lorry kwan ankasa enye road ready. The last time many police been a rough interaction or stopping me road ready certificate. And unfortunately for him, baby are not stopping me no. Baby or no jana or no are stopping me. Ebisam for me road ready certificate. E quite no jana to me bisan. Does this road look road ready for you? No, now what you mean?
Is it ready for that?
Is it ready? So why will I pay for road ready certificate? Why should I pay? You see, in the port, when things happen and we start talking about it, your unions and your movement, into be or why, ye my young crime into me kind of credit ho. In paying our duties, one charge a year, I still don't understand. Ghana Shippers Authority levy.
Okay.
What are the Shippers Authority doing for importers? And this thing, you and I have discussed it before. If shipping lines put together in a year, ransack from Ghanaian businessmen a minimum of $550 million. And yes, see this so $550 million in legal payments from our Ghanaian businessmen. Now, Shippers Authority, to me, why are you there as guard dogs? Me kakra minim say guard dog no Bobie me fie enemy my brabo ho ban. Na guard dog we ya to no ono bie pon ma for mom be wiai. Why do we pay you to facilitate a wrong job in our midst? Why should I pay Ghana Shippers Authority? In this thing Amodiaba, which we have paying of your friend say Exim Bank. When importers are the ones literally sponsoring Exim Bank to work, this same Exim Bank seems not to agree. Thank you.
Obi answer new message. Musa say, "You talk electric cars now. You charge ya ni betua."
They say, "You will pay more. You will pay more." Say, "Yeah, they are charged, but betua more. Betua more." Was ebe you who say rated the bema those electric charging areas might be a little higher than what you and I will pay on an average. It's other than cost when you see before. Me say when the government was raising all your taxation wage man, me name adrian no margin. If I am paying VAT on a commodity and I'm paying as much as 15%. Bonnie Bang.
Even with the VAT component,
Yeah.
me can say, with the kind of import arrangement now, we say we want to protect industry. We charge benchmarks. That benchmark, and yes, ABR, defining the sources of our industry. Nyamana wo dia ba no.
Yeah.
Aban eto free wo ho asan aton ama. At the rate that they find on the internet.
Enema wo dia
ba no. Obeto no the rate.
Enema be sa.
Import no wo dia ba no.
Import we are
Bia wo de be bia.
A benchmark no affect no. Ono check wo internet no so. Wo to we $1. Na say internet no mo ton $3. O say that na wo to no $1. Intino sadia it does mema 2.5 and I say the same $3. Forgetting say manufacturer no at the amount at the price because of the volumes that you are bringing in. So they buy and sell it back to you. That is the essence of the reference and benchmark value. That's the way I can explain it.
So
now,
which means
if that money is collected,
so they okay no. Then it's another form of even stealing from the people.
That is
yes.
It. You see, it's an
illegality.
Because me mark source, it will be a China. Me call China. No, it's not me mark source nintino. I'm able to get at the be a year $2, $1. Because almost taking into account say me flight in a bar, me flight at the Abama and Yamano so me treat your home Kenya they are shipping any other. So they give it to Ebedru a wo te ase wo wako online ko hu se eye 2 cedis. Enti ese metua $2 ese metua $1 nka ho. Enya sa.
Yeah. My member a very good example.
You pay and then they do the calculation. But you see when that money is taken, my problem is you said industry is suffering. We need to safeguard them. Enti we need to take this money so that you cannot compete with the local industries. When you take this money, it goes into consumption. Straight. It doesn't have anything to do with industry. So why are we doing what we are doing? Over medicals, Uncle for hospital, yeah, breyenya in drone tono. Yeah. Even when you go with the insurance card, you bet throw a drone. It doesn't cover some of the medications. And it doesn't cover some of your friends saying treatment number maono. Intino, what must we do? In Kasa, 15% na year charging. NHIL percentage in saying take 5% from there and put it on HIL. And let the cost of medication goes my friend saying medical insurance and cost through. And everybody can walk into any hospital, get a fair treatment, get the medication that is supposed to be given, and walk away without paying a peso.
I see. I'm back to Aposa.
So there's this pattern that me person me a penny ekase. I wanted to give you a classical example. Obito, it was a Cadillac. Or an accidented. Unyana $12,000. Or abrocho, I saw to the transfers and it went through the bank. When him say Cadillac ne buy no, they use the benchmark value of how much that Cadillac is selling at $55,000. Oh, no more the year duty.
Matter accident car.
What ton or
$30. Cars, Japan crackers or the banner. A BOI $300. Cars are who Yaris no money no pipe show money bo. Ask them the cost.
So the problem no $400.
No. So you see, no crane no why mouse akwan na wonka. The duty me say that's 55,000 me the receipt e ka ho me ya appeal.
Matter accident car.
Ya yen fi me.
Me bedru ha. Now work online akwohwe car no name state no.
Thank you.
Say dia omo no ton name state no.
Sometimes
na ebedru anim no esam no.
Almost the dealer's value. Omo no e fa say bi aka no ye manufacture ne boy ye bi abe say ye si from tier rubber no. Ye bi abe say $90,000. No matter say year na wo de buy no. No more devalue kakra.
Thank you.
Sometimes that is what we cry on ye. Enye say benchmarking po.
No, but
so benchmarking dia ni bo be.
So GPH boss now our frame meeting now we catch them.
I was about to go there.
Okay, let's go.
So some meeting now of friend. I said the papa share them. Na ye ba baby sana se. So deka. Na wasoma ne ba. Okwa ka che ne say papa ni ho. Nso na papa ni share them. Why would you call the importer? Say I then and your man koso. When you who sits at the and when him the funny scenario after the omni importers no a meeting when him the omaye. They have rather upped the GPHA charges to up to 60%.
We meeting in time.
It was in I think August there. Yeah, about August, July there.
I know Mubusa mo say e dey na ekoso no nti no munyo musika ni no. Omo happy up to a maximum of 60% based on what you are bringing. When you sure say GPH boss now you don't need many few no. If we bring them come on.
No, but see you
because it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense at all.
I think they must discuss is where ukra wa values ama values no odwen say ebro de wo say nke de mouse na o pese wo appeal enye ba bia chi abon nye ho ha na esane no enye de o ma values na obekọ ne ho
yes
o sisi menko ho kojiyari
sisu bia the all kinds
makofa me no ma ba bedroom port enu ma ni duty esen customs for any determined duty o mama me values bi me say there bi enu ma no the way am ye calculation no mo anye ni yie enti mo akire na mo sisi ni yie na mo ma me values ametimi ene me enu ma no enu ma me ko fa ne bo no ese na me ntua o say there bi say men concepts hobiem ko GRA enye GRA kra ho ko GRA board
adendia
board na otenase bi a once a month e bi a watenase a doso a bi a twice a month
adenti
omona
no adenti why the board
no so na omonye technical people
they are politicians they are
thank you
enkwasi afobi ni asese omakogo then only pakro na odenu importer no wonu kra asase me de asem na ko board no ho no e bi a making
abejo
say e be frɛ kra say bi a odi otram pattern say sushefa yemwa yemfrɛ no wasem no kra be ka ho
and
amishadayo
mean try na no
anyway
we let our do board no the wisest thing that should have taken place you be they will hold on to your things no would you agree when you be ba demorage that or container so no it also change
because
shipping lines are charging you as much as $180 a day and almost rate no any Bank of Ghana rate too.
I see
Ghana Bank of Ghana say almost rate you see 11.9 shipping line be charge you about 12.5
it is demorage chi ade no
oni ga woni di agro
now mo say ayi e dia ba
yes
town aba beton
thank you you be auction no and you see that's the part that can be yaba no that is where my pain is said duty na ye de ma wona wentua no is the same duty na de be auction container nkan ha adwo say container na 100,000 when you say bet it na auction ya turn be 25 and 30,000
in some cases 10,000
so wouldn't so bet part about last 4 or 5 years papa be the next 5 buy or buy no em say one now anya the calculation
it's a serious conversation
eh boa ne ho time or you ready or didn't see ma agent no it was normally it was I think the 58th day you be system name be by the 65th day gapoha na obi to next 5 for dey ko what thing yaton gate na new no board ya akwan ko e no sign the car buy because the diabone kana to emphasize and there are a lot of Ghanaians who have suffered this pain. Last month one man at the Mercedes S class by duty your board duty man or sign order you shipping the car almost sign fanko because would ya go no jawa ha obi befa obi betwi
obi omo brother
The man asked that they return
The
his
cars
car.
you see those guys, some of whom are our friends, drive now. All those cars are cars people.
Auction cars.
People sweat.
Manfo akọ
Yes.
bre.
Auction cars.
All those
Share.
cars.
Some of the young and no be because obi papa team free. I said this thing when the papa you say yeah. Or she pay the car back.
This is too bad.
So within the port system, no, the issues in them. So if it is only tax, they be ni ebe mo maya ye ya. Ka Dubai e yekrubi enye ye da.
Only VAT by the way.
Don't pass your fire, you know one.
VAT. Me ma code Dubai for almost 22 years now. We started code Dubai 22 years in it.
Really?
Code Dubai na Dubai krona a new half. Ni enye half na ho nyina ya nya.
Our duty system no for.
I 1% to 0.7.
0.8.
0.7.
And the other no do mutimi
They
here.
don't have duty.
No money duty. It's true.
Go to nail.
Next thing.
So I had no mutimi here.
So you see,
they don't steal the money.
No. Baby omo di akɔhye no. Omo taxes ni nyina was service mu. Ukodidi. Uji wani, baby a uji wani awura fi ho no na watua tax no. Ba baby a ebe ma adwuma na tumpon no, you don't pay anything.
Oh, they don't
Mami
touch.
gas antro. Bibi a obema wa sere pa. Me call Dubai. Some few years ago, na who you sue landline internally, you don't pay anything. Enti una mana timi wura san kama wura mo hayi, mitimi fa mo telephone na mitimi dia call bia internal.
Yeah.
But who ye ko abagana. Hwiu na sa. Who ye ko baby hwiu na sa. But internal no to facilitate trade or to facilitate adwuma no. Sa na o ma ye o mo system no.
Business and communication.
Sa what ya.
Yeah, man.
Enti telephone enti say okwa udru udru a hotels are front desk. Telephones this is yours you can pick it and make your calls internally. Ebia na wadwuma bi person niam na mra emegu yamfa megu honom ne o fire na o kasa. But who ya kwa outa.
Anyway, but members, so at this point, what is the way forward? And just 1 minute. What is the way forward?
So
Because
you see,
it seems like now you guys are stuck. Dollar no and ya dear back from back. Then the port duties back from beverages for them go 20% excise duties taxes be year free then good for also say oh kaja which me your port woni ye maya na enema no aye de buy de bakrum beton no so no but yes the situation yes you can
Just so that
yes
conversation be clear.
Yeah.
Oh say na boxes no friends container no the friends statistics no
statistics.
the number of containers eba afibia no oh as at the time 2016 2017 construction no to open the air course no na nipa na omo de shift na omo de nioma bagana ha no na omo ba ebi wo no ma in about 2 weeks na untimi medok here
what choky
No, and not just the choking. So now your debt no
yes
to receive larger vessels no. Now it's swap.
swap.
So what they do is they base at anchorage and exchange.
what you say
You be ye go kitu emu.
but however na bebre no egu ho
yeah.
okay to enum delay
Yeah.
on
they lie.
the line and His Excellency John Mahama ehun say no
Which was a good-
ade we ade a sika it's a cash cow. Why don't I open the port widely enough to get many ships dock at the same time? And now, yes, our contract ne Krampo no Kwabena, there were so many issues. In fact, me Krampo no, I picked him on. If you Google, you see a petition to His Excellency the President. Me Anka some petition because at that time, not MPS. Because we saw say the contract had so many issues. But that notwithstanding, no.
Mesre, this MPS conversation come na Mesre. Say benya bre account wasem.
so
You see, truth is, Gapoha was the one leading the bidding. He had received was shortlisted 2 companies. Omo besi the same terminal amai, but with higher quality and a lesser cost. But suddenly, it switched to MPS. And MPS manages MEX. MEX is the biggest importer of way into this country. So when that switch happened, a lot of it had to be signed within a very short period. So enyome bebre ho mu bu onwe ni gusu. Na de sign here. One area of difficulty as a freight forwarder I still have with the contract is if MPS is not ready, Gapoha on its own cannot establish or expand any other port in this country. These are things we need to look at. Gapoha no, Gapoha na ye collateral for the MPS contract.
Yeah.
It is a 30-70 contract. Bobie J they say MPS amwa Gapoha. Gapoha cannot receive Gapoha for workers echo strike. They are receiving less than 10% of inflows of cargo into this country. Meanwhile, a contract here 30-70. So it would only make sense to say, Wobema, a kind of Gapoha for him a meeting. A kind of Gapoha for him because MPS is not giving Gapoha what they are due, but Gapoha can't talk.
Anyway. So, Kwabena, I was trying to mean say, so share after the opening of the port now. Now, due to nonsense, some no crana, I said, but now escalating to baby Adri. Na ubi any cheha. Kwabena him says say in Kofu to me the new bedru airport. They pay nothing. No my goods in transit. The cop Burkina. The cop. Na
wa kofa furu odi aba.
Pacho we enti we o ka check no for that say onko sua nyansa. What did nothing.
Anyway, I'll come back to you guys. Of agreement, Messi Aba, me yeah, Juma Kitu Biaba. Live on a 100.5 Citizen Show. Make our man for say, CMG Sika actually star 413 hash. Na me first win our hello. Ja.
Yeah, Commander Boham.
What for the form?
And then my phone form.
Yayi, Shegobe. Aboma ma say
500.
This weekend here emuye.
My phone form.
I need to offer the form. And then they offer the form. Your friend say you ma oh hefa.
I'm Ablukma.
Oh Ablukma. Ne Ablukma for offer the form. You might that's be Koswana Echa a yes CMG sketch there. Me pacho Kwame why na see debut. Why na see debut yanko last one. Star 413 hash star 413 hash. Na the woman say Friday ya de Friday big bonanza no ebebrem. To be honest, last week Friday the football no near mantino ena yantimi anye amamo. But monka who say we dey ye gyina so pa ye beye e dia mamo me pa cho ma menka one go energy drink and one semencho one go energy drink and one semencho one go energy drink ai na won say ni padua ne hia hoden wo ye adwuma wa bre e so boost eye ahoden ne kakra so na uhia eye energy kick na wango ene ye Ansah ai o say jata kese simbo bi da ho wa hunu jata no a enye wango energy drink ai o say kwajo energy a drink na enom ye no adrobafo so ho adrobafo a school for mo amoye eye mirikatuo ball boy munumbi na emma mo ahoden pa wango energy drink was it say de ye no a energymefo akuafo atuagu so na vitamins ni B3 ni B6 ni B5 ni B12 ni nyina wa packet ena a good sporty silver bottle mu ya ofre wango energy drink ai Ghana for munyi biai FDA agiatum ye de omase bebre afei eya school kase pompa eya ye friend St Andrews SHS omoje enkoda form 1 ai omoje enkoda e form 1 enti monhye ne nso wo form 2 form 3 no so wo akwanya da ho a opese oba ne ba omo edibeba no na wɔse akwadaa wawie JHS yɛ ɔpɛ so osua ɛyɛ general arts, business, home economics, agric science, general science, visual arts ɛne deɛ keka ho no baabi a ɛsɛ ɔde w'ani kɔ ɛyɛ St Andrews SHS ɔso wɔn ɛwɔ Tashi Cheblo last stop from 0546 048 332 meboso 0546 048 332 and 0249 832 015 na also wonu o makasa afei de anika na akono na efe eye e friend say Seahorse 5050 engine coolant ya aba was bo engine no buy from overheating bo engine no buy na afei de radiator tank na go fasem amre bo engine no buy nentimi nyini enche ema was bo engine no buy na ofuwa no wanto bebre bo engine no buy na car na kwasu nyafe na okay kwa yese mensa na ekono prada me pacho ni nyina ne ye eya Seahorse 5050 engine coolant ye na Ghana faji atum omu won Grace Maudo 3367 coolant ena 1090 coolant wose Ghana phone tuturu mikai monko gibi omaimu asoya wodom tonton eye cars won yema de obenyam de afiri wose lubricant shops ko na kwajibi from 0244 577 559 tie 0244 577 559 and 0540 424 386 onsa ebetimi akomo mamemfa wei ampeo so na menka se tabia heba center oshola sembom na dasui na de ntia meka nsembo a meka amanfo agiatum tabia heba center ne se no wose wanum ato honam ya oya ntumi ne dia tabia heba mesha ya numbi ena afesu tabia heba capsules ya wode aba se ye no na womo constipation ya mu atuo atimu na wosisi mu ka odwe onum bie no wose na eboa pa enkoda woni mfirihyedu godwen no mama tan so ya mama enkoda no fo mamomfa monsa enka okanshi drug lane ena obehu omo from 0243 686861 and 0245 749206 na mesraw enko mankrofon kase ebia mankasa yi na Quick Credit Investment Microcredit Limited say wamugusu a emo bosia no hwe ne fe na hwe na kono na tu fie ne de bosia to awo wase de na ohia amanfo pay startup loan ebi per emergency loan ebi per salary loan working capital loan existing business loan hey omo ye ni nyina hwe what is ke ba beboa si won ketu abi enti ya from Quick Credit was na dem no fra womo ewo 059 69 20 833 tie 059 69 20 833 wase na eye ni tua no eye flexible pa omo nsori ahomachi megina wo so de ohia ne eye o ID wo di aba nom no akasa ukro Ghana card eno anu no wate yamfu ya ne nkyere hoy ma back to the studio live on Accra 100.5 Citizen Show but of our agree na person can say me quick one then let's deal with the 24-hour economy near running it up but quick one now I'm so person be source on this budget issues
your friend saying other presentation in the budget for the farming input I'm say you can be say okobobusia na odi kwakoye farming na yenje your friends say interest bia ntu benye sika no akwakoye farming asan ababetia mrepem am say eho no very good your friend saying caption or mention here no na fe no ye hwe poultry sector no so a o say ye behwe na ye ma uska na odi aye sa niam no ayenje hu interest bia no but there are other issues ekuma eno no say yan hwe na ya address this issue na ebeboa ebe ha adwin pa the feeding cost and the cost of chicks that they buy. Before, no, they were buying 80 pesos, at most 1 cedi 20 pesos per chick. And then you buy 12 cedis per chick. And you know, say I'm not very careful. Depending the type of birds are whatever. No? But the normal friends saying broilers we are headed by. So
yeah,
into the cost of feeding and a big issue among pharmacy. And this facilities are who resume birds and that's way out of war. And can be to me as slaughter co keep you know. And no new into no say we birds ninya 3-4 months. Now time they saw ton or more. Now say when to me Anton pe, then the cost of feeding start going up again. Now such chicks no babet two price in West and say oh more feeder now. There be into no I can be say I see in your storage no. Oh, the cold chain no, is not there. We need to put these things in place. Say farmers know it to me yes and now. They can then go and store at the appropriate time. We take it for within a period. Now, you know, won't pay your friends and Akuka Enyano, still I'll be an freshness. I can say my imported ones in bay. Then there should be an alternative friends and solution to that. In Tehono, a social no Omianina Oshemukana, because I just idea a beharding and I never know course I feeding Nina bro. We must up our production. So, and I say in your target beer, you did see and say in the next 2 years, 3 years, no, we can do these things, achieve certain targets. Unfortunately, no, we have announced it, but there are no targets set for certain implementation. No. Into Ube when they say, oh, yaka, if you also cancel the timeline to 2 years, may you know for 2 years, into 2 years after 2 years. No. What then happens? Oh, if you say, oh, into we understand before some implementation, you can starting. Now the next budget is coming. So whatever you announce obey, then it has come to naught. Into no, you share 1 year per. I'm saying these are some of the areas. Yeah. Now in conformity, your friend is saying, departments and agencies, and look. We have very good qualified people there. Qualified people. But when the politicians come, they begin to think different way. I don't know why.
Are you serious?
So, and you know, they should give them the chance to do what they have to do. Omunim. Yakokrom statistics is geared towards only one thing. How to improve people's life. Now, unfortunately, no.
But the politicians pick the figures and they massage it.
If they massage it, a big problem. Recently, this month, last month, Statistical Service, Omuka said, the inflation cut down 35%.
Yeah.
I would challenge them, say, it's a big lie. It's a big lie. Because at that very moment, now, yes, our figures, no. Brewery, prices have gone up marginally. So why do you say it has gone down?
Really?
Well, the very things that you used in measuring your friends saying basket, no, tomato, how much was the price? Onion, how much was the price? And other friends saying commodities. You go there and it's not.
But they will tell you that they pick food inflation, whatever inflation, then they do a total sum. So a bit then a drop it.
There is none that has dropped.
Okay.
There is none.
Okay,
that
is another point.
See, I don't know kosra muma yanka. Say a big na hona muma yanjina. Internet say we'll still be at one place.
Anyway,
we are not going up. We are not. Man,
go for the 24/7 economy. Buta. More opinion on that policy. And say 24/7 economy.
There's an economy or there 24/7. Dada. Atiwe nyuma running ni efa me ba oye adwuma o NCA. Okwa run shift. Okwa anwumre a nondua oba no pa na obekọ awia no mienu so no apon no ndu okọ anopa no nsi a opon awia no mienu sa 24
so if say our system that then we don't need to cry for anything
me can simbi na mommy nhwe yie se da bia e de ano na ye keka nsem sa weti sam mi abru bi na ya no kana sem sa ni ejina emwa omai sa ni eye na ni eye no ene ete hu hweo CCA Toyota Corolla ye nuan mo crackers me twa adwensi so Toyota Corolla 2018 to 2020 model duty 55,000 one starting which is 550 million enti car no kan ni eto no sense sa na ni eto car no they say car no duty sa na tie me boa odi bi so bia
that's the
no but sir wait
I think minimum
I think we have said this in here
one say enti enye sa na tie
that's true
enti they say Yaris na won say what system no pa ko say ko bi say Yaris mo
it's selling for about 110
me buy ya me the Yaris na buy Yaris na buy isio me in 2013 unim duty am tuai it 50 cedis 5,000
okay so Pepra, at this point if you have a government that tells you that look yes port me pisca every port but the more I may reduce duties taxes at port the more Crawford the more I'm running 24 economy at the port.
Yeah.
Don't you see the sense in it?
Asam ya kan na so mo asa no mo ka see e wade tax net no na obi atua kakra inflation ya kan e be kofom because automatically
so
taxes
so then adwadifo no would demand from whoever is talking about the 24/7 that look we need these taxes down.
I say me better me 217 na me kan and na me mensa me kan no de di kan me si ohia ni o chaade o ma tax waivers and I say o ma tax exemptions
so kwa
me wa also akope bosia and na figure no e ben bosia na akope ni jaye na wo de na wo fie na die and so me na yesa mbaka kire o
obaka kire so ebia enyuma ni bi wo wa obi ba ya eye so man incentives mo timi dis enyuma no ba system no
entimi ni sika they say me wan ahunye hiam entimi ni sika me de be ma nti ye ntwan me ho tom ya me de be ma no susu ntimi nga
but we yes
na bi ma so me ka so ahunye hiam
yeah
me na anya sa ne
you have a point
me ye practical economy o me nya mu buku mu de ni bi me ye odwadini me passport mu trader na atwero me man cho businessman no me tro trader enti me ye practical economy me see me ho hia me na ma ba na ma hu me nia kwampoku ota de sa di me oba na me ma man 100 Ghana sa kwa me 100 Ghana sa ho no me de ma na o si o emu bi wo ayi nima ho na de pa enti me kwa koto bi adi me se kwa me koto be se o se be statistic na se kwa se baka 40 pe o se ai se eni ma for bi ka ho ebi nu ohia ni ono okodi mu onima me so me dan ma ni mu onima it doesn't make sense. All what I'm saying is that now we are in crisis and we are trying to manage ourselves. Enti ye manage ye ho no na se ye se ye be chaade a ye ntwen ye ho duane ye nche emra ye ho akire ne ye chaade ana tu me se eto no ekwan ye fa so gige to no enye menka se fa bitum menka se te so na mo me se ye mfa kwampa so ne gige to no bia ntua bi ne nya no dodo ye ne sa because tie hwe Bobie ma menka se ncho ye ne say all the signals we are sending is say and so obi bia adwuma na ofa nipa
yeah
meanwhile no private sector no and na fa nipa more
is the engine of growth.
Me reasons am gina so nyina ne say obi abie shop wa pa nipa o mo package wa fa nipa o mo hyehyɛ wa fa nipa o mo siesie ho wo fa nipa a wo mo tagi enom ne ade saa shop no wo so onye VAT a ye 22% sane mo ka kire me no fair enough ade a oton commodity na oton merichi maka ni twi pa o merichi saa merichi no ebisu bi a eno tax bi ana so enti bo no be den ebekofo dia signal na wo send signal wo send ya ne say ema me nkoto ade e wo store mu bieu me nto ade e wo table so why the whole table so wafa obi the egu apampa so eso no wafa obi you see it's not fair. That is all what Guta is saying. Yes, tax no VAT ni je, but uko wiasim ba bia VAT no ye ni chichemu ho. VAT a valued added tax. A consumption tax obi obeto ade na tua. Na se nipa kro obeto ade no, if there's no compulsion as my boss that be our no. Na se bi e wono so se ono kro obeto ade na se oje krata no. Because obi ho no wato no table so the same thing omo na no obi to no table so onye VAT no obi so wo stock ituam oje a flat rate of 4% obi so a ono no abo pa afa nipa wo fo mo abi shop kese no a otua ne tuo nyina ye bibia no ono mo no wo do osago akoto no so say ontua 22% na ade no bo ide
so ade no na ema me encourage o mo say mo big shops no mon chasien fan emuniyoma nwa pampan so fan suman kwala
afa wa asema obi wa adwen ode ba
now metra store
na no bobi eno no ebe ma yetimi afọ obi
ọma no nyeye
ye betimi afọ obi
ebi nya nipa no wafa no so pampan no wafa obi adwuma we nya sapa na mde ama wi
me say wa hwe
aban to na oje no oje kura mfa nkoya de papa penkwala faniyoma ne so omo nkodwom omo nkotomra store no omba wo say ya je tax what
hwe ensam a ye kan nyina no ye kan asam a mo gigi atuoi mo kan ne say ye ni logistics dia ni logistics eni ni pom be ye adwuma no hwe ye ma ba isu no awie university omo nya adwuma just give them a target say oh wo dia fa ha area ha wadwuma nie wo ya dodo na wo ye no eno ne ye be hwe ho atu awka enkura ya bai obaye
commission obeji
enti won asema ye kan ye nka asem bia ye yi o na eto no bai mu na mom entum na obi entua bi eno so nti obi antimi nye
Guta
yes
mo try to engage Kenoforiata one on one.
Oh ya engage no na se eto yi ya engage no sansem we nyina kan hwe me
Mo ka okasai
se o se ye ya kan de na stakeholders ne do so obi su be kan de we su be kan de no obe yim no yim wie no ya onsa ma ye hobi o ye betia ne wo ka ti se de wo kan ye yi nti na je se ma be mi su ma be yi anu ha so nka o wie a na ko sa frɛ na ko ka se na me ko ka na bia ka je na bia odi ko de nye but ya omo nka bio omo nsa ma chiri ye be hu ana ko ka ne se ya he se na me ka sa na ti o na nsa mi se asama me ni mu kan ayi IMF-o ya ade pa omaba omo ni namu hwe ya ye blemu IMF no ni ade misremu a moma yen direct ye bibia ne mfa nhyɛ oman mu ne yen nwene nyɛ omo bibia ye ka kire omu bia ye wo se wo ba beje bosia na wo se bosia na ba beje no condition da ho me be se me hu se me bosia no betimi atua na na wo cheche me se kwan se na mefa so a metua na mom ekwan na wo fa so no wo na wo chechire mu wan shaw enti ya ye blemu omo a me edu ba bia ya me nka bi fi se ma miti omo na asem ye kwa eva so gie to me catch omo they were surprised and fair enough do you know something omo kreti ayi no wo GRA for office na mom omo pam GRA for nyina and no say yes stakeholders no ye nka ebuso asem and na me so me kwa na me so a me dwomfo ma no omo ton tomatoes no na ade na me omo di machi na omo kan se na ye ton tomatoes asem a omo kan na che na matene no me see abrofo no ti omo hwe anim no omo bom tiri nkosa omo tim say hey economy ni ye papa wo gutafie ye ne kan se na yesitie ah masa na me see se VAT no adenti na se ye chiche miensa onti se ye beja asa ade no VAT na nye ye da me na me kan kire wa Nanya naso ni African me metena dem ankada. So, enti ya ka se etuo ne esi ye pe ne de chichire man me odwadini me supporto me ko gyina ba bia me jarefo me no ma na ye adwuma omo educational ayi platform nyina me te so me bompa ye se aban bi obeba bia me ye mafamu de eno na ye ekura ye kokomu ya ye ko hu fefefe de nyina ye to ene de ye kuro no na mom omo fa to no on eto bia
disturb man for
nom ne de compliance level no e wo fom bia no e mato no nkoso
mfaso bia ni so
e mato no enkoso wunya de opese wo achieve no wunya fi se e bia ne support ade a menu kan na omo de dodge nom de yese enti ebema wo projections abe ni nyina no onsanka nanso hwe wo de hwemre bia benchmark yi o reduce ye o ye niam bi se wo de o hwe ya
those were the days now. Those were the days. Those were the days I will reporter. So we bookie appointment. It better take you 2 days.
Ansah na what me ya adwuma.
Because a man for obedu na trucks no. Ya hihye.
Why?
Into yenwie for day 1. Day 1 sometimes it stretches into day 2. Into ye bookie in me say say more containers sisi na me mbibie wi a. Obeje de say me bookie a minya time. Minya time for yumre ya.
Okay. Thank you. Yango, I agree. So we are talking about the 24-hour economy. From food and beverages. From a point of view, what do you think? It has become a point of discussion. And from Momo's side, you know, and you are into production. What do you think?
Yo, thank you. But my main call, fat tax na sem no. Me mboni te wona fe me mbra. Your friend is saying, "Oh, VAT no." Ghana ha. Even sequence na edit ya no. In different shadows. Odikaka, it's here 22%, 4%, and 3%. Nina VAT Korea, and 19.5%. A service charge for no. That's what they give. But VAT in the fire by no 1995. And yes, implementation. Your president, Edi Enemuka say, there be VAT no more de bano, a killer for the ordinary Ghanaian.
Yeah.
Until no yen to me, engine to. And Omukaya na, they agreed on a certain percentage in Temfani Juma. Na one gin to mono, Nanka Wabe, Nanka either you scrap it or you bring it down. So, Nembomuno, under your tutelage, you know, your VAT no, aqua could do. So figure say 19.5%, 22%, 3%, 4%. So imposing hardship on the people. At the time no more buy no. Sa time no IMF yao. And I bisa say sign on bay ambeji says can try back. Then under President Rawlings, no more say look. Kwesi potwe nana LED sa your friend saying VAT no utua a one-time payment. That is how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Mun nisika no na mo be ne say mo be jiska no upfront nti agigi wi at the end of the day no wa wotua no brana be ye o filing input and output. The okay. Difference na wo no will pay you back. So you get your money back where you are paid in excess.
Okay.
So are there no. Into implementation was also once. But in this case, at the time you can say you implementing new VAT na you 12.5%. That was 2017. So you increase here na you can say 3%. What happened was the input output no was taken off. In Jumani bebre yesika she. Esansa abandon interest high scan no amaye. So are there no. Intino the essence and as a concept no our model yes have that no is to make it a one-time payment. But unfortunately, you pay at the port of entry.
1.
You go to your warehouse, you pay.
2.
Then, if you are not lucky and you are not the final consumer, it goes to the third retailer. You pay, and
Three.
you the final consumer, no. Then you go and pay again.
4.
You see the cascading effect. So they were there, but in China, say VAT there. You can see VAT, VAT, value added tax. So where I don't add value, I don't pay. And why I add value, no, one item.
One item.
You know, once I make sure VAT no so that I know, the person who is coming to pay for it is only for recovery for me. It's not for you to pay and pay government. You know, the way I'm here, no, your tax system, no, we need to sit down, look at it, and then baby, entrenching. Let us pay for taxes, but we must be responsible how we collect the taxes.
Okay.
That is how it's supposed to be.
Okay.
Now going back to the 24-hour economy.
Yeah.
What's the manufacturing sector now? Every baby, year night shifts.
Yeah.
And you know, if we talk about 24-hour economy, and I say the shift system is to enhance productivity. You relax and do it at the time that it will suit you, when that service is being offered.
Okay.
In that at that time, and you know, uyo bia uye wejuma na say o production sector no, we feel say me fa nipa and 9 and say so mun na be juma at the same time.
Okay.
And you know, ma minchi chem na ensuti e nyina na ebi ba no pa they will go at the appropriate time omo pon wa na omo so call, then the new set will come. Until at best, what we can do is to reduce our, your friend is saying, working hours to maybe 4 to 6 hours. So people can go into a company and work for 2 hours and walk away.
Exactly.
Take your money and go.
So which means that day you can do like 2-3 jobs. If you have the strength.
If that opportunity is offered, you can do that. And if the atmosphere also creates that, say bit me we can do. Papa yotie ya kan sa na obetumi asore ahomachia ko bi any shop, because me my friend say eja menya nyama we but betumi abasa amre we, but in that metie se me free medwumem na me kwa boso kan ya I'm marking time. Either I leave my work and drive from my office at Spinters and go down to Abusoka. Me do ono either so benya abotwe no atwe me ana ono ko baby sa 5 o'clock na so upon no ko baby, because we're tuning in who for that. That's true. You know, I have to come at that time. Me do on me do on tema me kono ko. I've also wasted more hours without getting anything out of it. But it creates an ambience for people to relax and do their job. Now, you know, the benefit of it, you know, is good. Say, we should improve the security in our country.
That is the demand.
So now, you know, you share areas, you know,
security, energy, and taxes, because most when you say radio stations, grano. Because the light bill you can pay.
And you know, yeah, not say if really the way I think, you know, Sasana, yeah, Canada, then we should open up. Our economy needs to open up. We should, and now, you're about 5, in now, you're quakwada.
No,
thing come to a sunset, except 1 or 2 productive areas are. And no, still are.
Service areas. Drinking sports, yeah. Any
it is an
area. Will join them be wonima. And Nigeria no more.
And you know, if that is the way they want to implement it now, we should allow it to grow. With time, it will expand.
Yeah.
If it expands, it's better for the country.
Yeah.
And you know, 24 hours, our country is running without any problem. We can do a lot between the hours of 5 p.m. and the next 6 a.m. In Crawford can work, because you're lucky it to be in the U.S. You leave Ghana here and travel to UK and the U.S. And all the time, yeah, budget, we try to compare ourselves to them, which doesn't make sense. We must look at environment, and formulate policies that will suit us, that will make the people more comfortable. But advanced countries no more, it takes years to achieve. Baby to say friends electric assembly. Sure, or no baby, why the research they be all of a sudden you want to go into it without any sweat. You want to benefit from it without any sweat. When we travel outside and we're able to do multiple jobs, then in our own country, we should also give it a try and see. Say, multiple jobs, a bebwa. Na yen shesa 8-hour work na ye no. Na bosumi so you work for 31 days and not 21 days, and then they give you a pittance salary.
Hey yo.
Well, say to me, yes, na, you can gain benefit more in your income. As against you sit for 30 days and then they come and give you 1,000 Ghana cedis, 500 Ghana cedis, and then you are not able to do anything with it. But this system, if it's practiced in this country, depending on how they go by it, I'm sure we stand to benefit from.
Okay, so quick comment on your YouTube page. Selfie says, Bobie, I brought C class to Ghana, and the price, that is in reference to duty, was something else. Trust me, I have to just ask the shipping line to bring back my car to the US of A. It's really bad. Yeah. Ansah, from Momo's side, importers, 24/7 economy.
From my side, as an importer freight forwarder, to say it is already a system that is running. Within the port doesn't sleep. Unless, weekends we work. Me containers Sunday. Because sorry, me containers. The holidays we don't work holidays. But
so which means doable.
Doable. But you see, it is an incentive for someone to work or run a manufacturing plant or a setting job at night requires security. Because say me a retail shop and I'm a wholesale shop and they expect me to run all through the night, I should be provided with some level of security. 2, the resources to make things work at night in this country. The only things that seem to work at night, usually a Friday all night. 2, most of these entertainment spots, Ashawo, Sebi, any drinking bars, pubs, those ones are already working. So the 24-hour stuff. But the question is, say may run a 24-hour production or retail or shop or anything, what incentive am I getting? Apart from ABI security, what incentive? If you can tell me that you can run maybe your factory, if you can run your production center, so around 1 or 2 a.m. Okay.
For example, this year banks in Inano, close to 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
So, running a very good business. Nana junior sika day. But on say ATM boots no. Who call baby to say outsider.
They receive
you
cash.
you can pay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had the enemy who say
Some do, usually with backless. Yes, backless.
On say selective.
Yeah,
But
that's
so which means
outsider.
if we agree to say you didn't see your ever push the 24/7, that's where these things comes in. Say na me I drop piska because me ya na ju.
Okay. It's a open and nice security in war. So on your own, no, if someone is willing to go that stretch, mepon 1, mepon 2, but 2 no. What am I getting? What is the incentive? Obama me some waivers. Obama me some level of
which JM raise here?
Yes.
Yeah, receive tax
they
exemption.
should be involved.
Then even no say or no june say companies no mo year production the night no because of electricity bill no. Ebinu wa anajo they should be able to create lines on be you or matoso so that they will pay less.
Yes.
Now, sir, electricity cost no may burden.
Those are all incentives.
So
those are all incentives. If the system would allow for it there, take it from me, you would have people who are willing and ready to here me bu or have me container in me. Now say me they call warehouse because of baby a warehouse one within Okanshi. Within Okanshi. So within Okanshi, ube do hobe 11. Na kaya boys na else omo twen.
Navia anajo.
Sometimes who do kantamatwa. Omo yi omo nyoma between 1 a.m. and 4 a.m. Because by 4:30 no people are coming baby I will truck nisin AOB sitting area for business. Into that industry is already working, but we need the government to give people the assurance to enhance it. No, what the government is going to do. What is it? Because we are a country of talkers, few doers.
Yeah.
I will come in just briefly.
And come boss one no.
Then I'll take it from there. Sure. Adia Jomahama Kano. Politician being or Ghana, why yes, I come to that conclusion that Ebineo
saying it is one.
No, meba. Adia Jomahama is not sitting down to brainstorm. Before he spoke about it, he had gone round consulting. In fact, he's the first person who has ever done the People's Manifesto in this country. Even see that. Say, there be a man penny be so obi person be man penny or say, me ba me yes amount to abama me or say there be. Wa be man penny da. Wa ka bi da. Say me ba me yes amount. But there are two things here. One is the master and one is the servant. Masters tell servants what to do. The people of this country are the masters. The electorate, they are the masters. The elected is the servant. And for the first time, I want to be your servant. I won't play the master. Say me na me won nyansa wonim de. Enu nti no me ba be ye we amount. Debi. Let me come to you, the electorate who wants me to be your servant, and ask you, my master, what you want me to do when I become your servant. The first time, ebi see that. And until now, all kasano, okay, security. He has already mentioned security because he knows, sir, you cannot run a 24-hour service. Now, Ghana Police Service, for instance, they go to sleep like we go to sleep. The few ones that you see in the streets of Accra or in town, they are sometimes discussed as the most unlucky ones. Patrolling, wire barrier.
Yeah.
And onuna ojehono kwabra du an ho anadwo na uhuna. I say, oh, a pitiful hatter. Uhune say ye koda on the ojina ho. Oh. Meanwhile, senye say ye nyina ya koda. And ke be hu ne normal say oye na adwuma. What I say?
Yeah.
So call police station bia after best 7-8. The police personnel a ube hu no wo during daytime no ube ko no obi ani o na aka nipa mi nipa no mo ti ho.
I want to be your
office.
I want to be your policy at time crowd chele.
I now set what bread. These are things that happen. And you know, John Mahama is not discussing a 24-hour service in a sense anyhow. No. But he's discussing the broadness of it.
That we can
approach it. Very easy to do. Very easy. And he's mentioning how you can incentivize Obia. Ebetimia buanama onuso afeni padodo adwuma. Amo marane shift.
Like what?
They say
Papa agree.
Papa agree ti hey. Say our factory be na ebia a nsuo factory. Not to do for Minim say ensure factories ni be running 24-hour. Ebedru anopa no na omo plants na ye adwuma ma ensure na ye more ama boys na omo kwose ensure na koton no. Ubedru no ma saline. Says our boys no. Senya say omo kofa enioma na anadwo na omo de kwa koma omo ko supplier. Obekọ na nipa krada. Enko be fa de na anadwo no e de akọ. On twenty no pa ko se kodiki so. What I say? So this is about how we are all able to put our heads together. Look, John Mahama is welcoming ideas. And you say waka and static. He is still making inputs. And he called on TUC, for instance, to make inputs. And he is calling on all other civil society organizations. In fact, says here will be kura. Also, no,
you should microphone.
Okay, so
sorry, but
my information is on near Bishia.
Yeah,
on the same matter.
No, on several.
Sorry.
Broad issues.
On several other issues.
Okay.
John Mahama.
Okay.
You see, what John Mahama seeks to do, no, is one of its kind, and I think, let's embrace it. And more to the point, Kabra. Yenya president. Hwe, say you go school na ocho na yaka say wetin baby. Na ya tro say correction or correctina. This is the time I think Ghanaians have an opportunity.
For the first time.
I don't want to play the MPP NDC after all. See. But media we media many budget because it will tell me I'm not a team.
Yes,
almost started. You see, John Mahama has become president before. All these Nyoma Yeka were port one in your manual. The last time I went to his office, now we share importers. He wants to find out what will best fit a system like Ghana. What you say? Untimi fa Singapore system ne maha. Because omudia the way no no. It has transformed itself for years and about this quality. Like the Turkish one.
Yeah.
You see how Turkey for the NTN.
Where the
No.
The Singapore.
We are having a conversation.
The Singapore business line. Omo system no. It is trade enhancement. Inti eyema obia owo an idea for trade make Singapore the hub. You know the confusion we have in this country. Our port we don't know if we designate it as tax base or trade enhancement till a certain government will make that distinction.
Okay.
Say our port is going to be for trade facilitation, not necessarily tax issues. No, we would suffer what we are suffering now. Into JM idea, if he would really make the port a trade hub again, what it was under J. Kufuor, what it was under Mills, what it was under Hima, those were the days. Transshipment goods, trucks, Ghana, running out of the country are in their thousands. Now transshipment goods goods in transit in this country. You will not get more than 100 trucks moving out on a daily basis.
Why? So which means it's doable.
It is doable.
Because if we have experienced it under Kufuor, if we have experienced it under Mills,
and under
Mahama,
yes,
then which means we can just go back to the drawing board
and do it right. Enter Oka Singapore na they are not really bothered on the taxes they receive.
No.
Truth is, we are there obefa okwanso. We are there obetia too. We are there obeto fuel. Intino, your port becomes a trade hub. Everybody from Mudia. So one of the challenges I'm having currently, and many maybe Maybe I mean my brother who is an engineer.
So which means that JM Bebuaya, then James should start working on the port taxes.
Let us designate our port as a trading hub. Everything else will fall into its place. Share maybe I'm not we're discussing something. Our roads now are in a more deplorable state than it has ever been under the Fourth Republic.
Oh yeah.
The reason is where transshipment goods now omo load bear 3 containers into one truck. Omo the bear fire kwanso. They are not paying toll.
Nothing.
They are not paying anything.
Nothing.
You know the funny thing? Omo do Togo and omo do Abidjana. They offload everything.
Not much.
Because the French is not going to allow you. Say ube bu omo axle load so. Into ube yegu when yegu they will confiscate it. But yeah they obefa axle load so obetiaka the same load.
Wonderful. Live on Accra 100.5 Citizens Show of Agri. And go on I think my time is up. Quick offer me about since a quick one. Hello. Oh, Kwame Oko. Okay, offer. Yeah.
Okay. Going forward.
Offer more just 2 minutes.
Oh. You can taxes as same. And yet them you be imposing higher taxes no. The country moves forward. You lower your taxes no, so that everybody can come into the tax net. When we pay and the expenditure goes up,
and that is the
money is raised for revenue.
That is the suggestion from Pepra and Amponsa. That munya na obi antimi mremu bi.
You can maybe. That's compliance, you know. I say yes, na ye ni na free one. Ebia, omo ba be consider nyoka say odebeko parliament enimu no. COVID presidential special levy, the 5 component of levies, offense and network charges no. Nina yenyim free or papa freight forwarder. Before Ansah be file ni papers no. On the ton data. It has nothing to do with network. Okay. I say Kutuyama Omo. He pays for himself. Sasuna may yet self-declaring woman officer. Me use me data. Into why the need for us to pay all these components in there. So we have to look at it.
Anyway. All right. Yeah.
Nyame aduma me echina. Me ba be discuss it Pari.
Okay.
On ade bi wo ho a menua wo ye ne se nipa eyani free wasem so wo de bia obesa kofa asem fufura
ya dia na
won say wapam wa transfer Alex Mensah the staff officer ni oba wawo and wo say Friday na Thursday
so Alex Mensah
na okobekwa no
what transfer no
what transfer the staff officer what transfer
and the staff officer
ni staff officer ni ema mienu omo ye na adwuma kwabra oba wawo fani se wawo na yes ya transfer wo etan adan a o boss aya ma me benya asem ti no etan keke
o ada wo ye no ada no na
transfer no
but enya disada no it doesn't take effect from that day
o see yan transport office afra ba ni say yes ye me fa onko
anyway
what
all
kind
right
of
so
dictatorship is that
imbus about Mesa police ni edro Ghana for sorry na munyi bi o say ebusu immune system pa top choco say anunso no ede papa nti Ghana for nyi bi 3-in-1 no so mo Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic womo ena de bright soldier capsules ena bright garlic plus capsules womo ede aba yara I'll be back.
Police in your draw, Imbusaba Mesa Abama Huaden.
Refuse to grow, and young offense swabek.
And what day immune system or Yankopon, and you're ready for Yadmusa Moya Hubano, and Nasa Wunum Imbusaba Mesa, a Peja immune system Nabribia, Ya Yarientimu. Sasa dear, a month for the one, Nedi Imbusaba Mesa, Dronua dance yes, and Yarwa who ran Nipa and Nina Etimi Banaso, and in Yarwa Kasian Kaya Wutini D and a Honka. No, Yamwa suing nyina no ebo ye ho ban afiri ho enna wo mpo a omo wanyarewa ne dada no omo nom doctor enuro no ennom imbu saba mesha no a emo mo ahoden pintin ya wo mo ntimpo se yare ese omo ho imbu saba mesha ewo kanshi eni o man mu babia ye ton enuro etufo mfre 0246 208496 FDA ahihye se adwade nkrato yi magye atomo se ye
abasam sunyi wo ma batan bra kwa
na wana no rejijiwu ye
enya hwana wo hwe school nsɛmsɛm dua wo safi ahwana wo fi JHS roko SHS1 wo betne fia char papa
oh iyantia ti asam dawi St Andrews SHS for say some from the results mpa akonya ohode wo befa wo be wo start SHS1 da waiting result na hianyi that index number baba e chi results no ba na za ba kire ho ma wo be yintina fie nchen
aha private school
enye St Andrews SHS or your grade A private school and you be able to school and you go school or what akonya so ho mbo from a open wo be SHS2 only SHS3 na safi no be SHS1 na the results mbe mpa wo be je me see one boarding house ho a oya kono de teachers no so force mo from em wo suadinti wo pass wasi no easy epede wo be general arts business economics agri general science visual art for be St Andrews and men campus no asing for su wakra hadze ye wo teshi trible last stop 0244 696911 St Andrews SHS we are always in the lead
ago Ghana for media some dabremo sisi ade wo sidan ya any coin so over hokra esanse Alu Africa we got you covered Alu Africa aye dwumako kese a eba ne nkyɛnse papa edi kuda so any trusses a Ghana ha any wiase afa na nyina yen ye lidie yen ane topo Alu Africa ewa abakwasam adimu eba no roofing sheet any trusses say ye papa nko ade a eye honom ena obenya